All right, so here at Top Shelf, we're excited to announce this new product called Relax. But we are not trying to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any particular disease. This is a lifestyle change, a nutritional change that works with all of the other things that we encourage people to do with changing their lifestyle, changing their diet. But we do believe that when we empower the body and give the body tools, the body can do amazing things to heal, maintain, and repair itself. The idea is that if we can give the body time to relax and repair, if we can sleep well, we will live well. Okay, that is kind of the mantra behind this. And so the product is designed to be a support to sleep, but also a support to balanced wellness because there's many reasons why people aren't sleeping. It can be nervousness, it can be anxiety, it can be hormone levels that are stressors, it can be a result of digestive issues. So the product is really designed to be a full spectrum sleep and wellness support product. We'll talk more about that. But again, all of these things keep us from resting and recovering. And so if we can sleep well, we can live well. So there are a number of things that we see when we talk to folks, and I'm guessing every one of you in your family life, in your work life, in your church life are running into people and talking to people about the problems with sleeping, the need for more relaxation, people saying I'm too stressed or I'm too worried or my stomach and et cetera, et cetera. So, 1 in 3 adults today in America struggle with sleep. 62% report stress and worry keeps them awake at night. 1 in 5 experience anxiety at night, and 40% experience digestive difficulty during the night. So, those are the problems that this product we've set out with this product to try and resolve and give a solution for. And we're very excited about the results we had as we made samples and shared those samples out with groups of people who were struggling with those things described on that slide. Now, what does the marketplace offer us? And this is really where the need for this product comes up because what the marketplace offers is over the counter sleep aids, drugs that you're familiar with, right? Even some that are non drugs like melatonin and things like that can actually be disruptive. For some people, they work great. For other people, they actually cause a litany of side effects. Also, there's prescription medications, right? The problems with these are also inherent because once you get your body gets adjusted to these medications, it makes sleeping without them very, very difficult, if not impossible. Also, for centuries, people have turned to alcohol, more recently to THC or CBD for sedation. There's lots of different meditation apps and sleep techniques. I'm sure you're familiar with these that people try extensively to try and get better sleep. Because if you can't sleep, the next day's ruined. Also, these gut disruptive things where people are having trouble sleeping, they're trying a lot of fiber supplements and laxatives and things like that. However, the end result of that as well is not necessarily restful sleep, but carries with it other side effects. And that's what this next slide talks about, right? Is that many of these different sleep aids, they miss the mark. They can become habit forming or tolerance building where you have to keep increasing the dosage. What used to work doesn't work anymore. Residual drowsiness or the sleep hangover where the next day you're feeling, like you can't really get out of second gear because you've got this lingering carryover of what you used the night before to try to sleep. The gut discomfort issues develop dependency, where you cannot have a bowel movement, for example, without those, or where you cannot sleep without having to use something like that. So these become very, very hard on the body. They might be great for an acute reaction, right? If you've got an acute problem and you use the medications to treat a one-off or something like that, that's a different scenario than when you're trying to use these treatment programs for extended use or extended time periods. Also, there's a lot of artificial additives and short-term side effects and things that come from these that many people complain about. That's why, as we see some of these advertised on the television, you'll see the advertisement or the marketing piece gets shorter and shorter, and the list of side effects and warnings actually gets longer and longer. They have to talk really fast during those because the cost of getting to sleep can actually be very, very high. Um, the other thing is that most of these only target one aspect. So they're targeting, the anxiety, or they're targeting the stress, or they're targeting the digestive issue, or they're targeting the inability to relax or rest. And so as a result, people start to mix and match and come up with their own concoction. Well, I do this, at about 9 o'clock. I do this at 11. I do this at 1. If I haven't slept yet, then I do this at 3. And it's this kind of routine that just becomes, a treatment upon a treatment upon a treatment. And not only are we adding the concoction that we're not necessarily sure works, but we're also then adding side effects upon side effects, which can have also a multiplying negative effect. And so many people that I know who have struggled with sleep, they're very frustrated. It's a frustrating topic to them because they go through a night of struggling to try and calm themselves down, and they just are beside themselves, don't know what to do. So again, this is why Top Shelf Nutriz decided to come out with this relax product. It's to help relieve nervous tension naturally. It's to help balance the stress hormones, the cortisols, the things that are keeping the body wound up and messing up the rhythmic clock in the body, to support gut motility, to help the body in its ability to release and let go and move things through so that it doesn't disrupt the sleep pattern. We know that if the body is busy digesting and dealing with that all night, it can't repair and rebuild other things because the energy is focused elsewhere. As a result of doing those, we can promote deeper natural sleep where the body actually turns itself off from worrying and attention and concentration and allows you to get that deep natural feeling of overall relaxation. And we all know what that is. We've all had those nights, right, where we wake up in the morning and we just think, wow, what a good night's sleep, and how different we are and feel to take on the next day. That is the purpose of TSN Relax. So, what are the ingredients, right? If we're not using all those things that I talked about in their negatives, what are we using in this formula? And is it really that effective? And so you can see a few things on there. We're using minerals like magnesium in a form of glycinate, a unique blend that allows the body then to relax the muscles and the nerves. Magnesium is called the lullaby mineral, but we don't want to relax all nerves. If we relax everything, that's why if you are going to go get a colonoscopy, they'll have you drink magnesium sulfate or some sort of magnesium chelate because it will also relax the muscles in the bowel and cause diarrhea. That's not what we're after here. Okay, we're after relaxing particular muscles and nerves that allow the body to relax. We also have ingredients like valerian and passion flower, which the valerian root and the passion flower are known to be calming herbs with very, very little side effects. We don't, that you'd have to take an entire bottle to reach the dosages where you'd have some sort of side effect. So these are just a very soothing type of relaxation, which, when combined with the relaxing of certain muscles and nerves, allows the stress that could be in your shoulders or the back of your head or your neck to kind of just soothe and calm. People who complain about restless legs, where their legs are jittery at night and they just can't seem to calm down. This combination is phenomenal for that type of stress. Also, one of the problems that we deal with is we are living such a stressful life with everything that's going on, with high paced, we're being bombarded with different things all day, messages, news, whatever it is, that we develop high levels of cortisol, high levels of stress hormones. And so there are particular adaptogenic herbs which are legendary for helping in calming this. And so the ashwagandha, the rhodiola, eleuthero, if you've heard of these things, these are adaptogenic herbs which the body uses to go and reduce those hormone levels. Now, what does the adaptogenic mean? Adaptogenic means these are like magic puzzle pieces. Have you ever done a puzzle and you just couldn't find that one piece, right? And so, you wish you could get some scissors and tape and glue and if I could just adjust this piece that little bit, it would fit perfectly. That's what adaptogenic herbs do. They fill in gaps. They adapt to whatever is needed. When the body is trying to balance hormone levels and it's missing one component to do that, adaptogenic herbs can adapt and change and fill in that gap so that that chemical exchange and reaction can happen. They're amazing. And so ashwagandha, rhodiola, luthro, these are legendary adaptogenic herbs that help with reducing stress and balancing your stress hormones. Also, reishi and cordyceps. These are mushrooms, okay? These are legendary for vitality and immunity, but they're also legendary for mood. And so sometimes one of the reasons we can't sleep is because we're in a mood, right? Something has happened. It always seems that the biggest stress things happen right before it's time to go to sleep. That's when you find out that so and so is sick, or so and so is struggling, or so and so lost their job, right? And so these moods, these feelings, these emotions that you're struggling with come right there before trying to go to sleep. And you're like, well, so much for tonight. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm too worried about so and so, or I'm too upset about something. Reishi and cordyceps come in and help you deal with things emotionally. They are wonderful for boosting immunity and vitality, but they're also wonderful for mood support. Last one there, the gynostemma. This is a legendary gut support and hormone balancer. And so this is going to support the body's ability to process during the night without using a lot of energy. It's going to allow the body to digest calmly, as opposed to the rumblings and the stresses and the gurgling that happens sometimes during the night. So this is also legendary treatment program for that. Now, I'm just going to give a little plug here for the daily detox. If you were to combine a cup of daily detox with this product, with the relax at night, this is the solution for a good night's sleep. So combining this, we didn't want to put all of the same ingredients in the capsule that's in the tea, because the tea is designed also to be wonderful for soothing the gut and for calming rumblings and reflux and digestive disorders, bloating and things like that. But the capsules would be this big. So taking the detox tea with the relax product is going to be an amazing 1-2 punch. So, what is the experience people shared with us after trying our samples? Calmer evenings, not so stressed about, oh no, I have to go to sleep. What if I don't sleep? The stress that comes with wondering about sleep. It calmed their mind. They didn't stress about sleeping. Isn't that crazy? But people do. They stress about sleeping. A deeper, uninterrupted sleep. So they couldn't really describe, it wasn't like they had dreams that they didn't have otherwise, which oftentimes that's what happens with other medications. They actually trigger crazy things. That's not what happened with this, but instead they just said, I feel like I slept deeper and I slept longer and I woke up more refreshed in the morning. And that first movement in the bathroom when I woke up was smoother. It was like it's supposed to be, and I'm not so stressed about sleeping anymore. So I think those are pretty good testimonials, right? From as a result of including the relax in their nightly program. So just some things on the product. It's a proprietary formula. You're not going to find this anywhere else. We designed it, manufactured in a certified facility, all of the requirements that need to be done to make sure there's no bacteria or pathogens. It's pure and clean and all of that. We use only specific manufacturers where everything is documented and tested. No artificial additives. There's nothing in there other than what the label says. Free from common allergens, designed for safe daily use. This is not a product you'll get addicted to. You might get addicted to the feeling of having a good night's sleep. That's the only addictive nature of this product. It's not a product that if you say, oh, well, I don't want to take it anymore, that you're going to have side effects from or anything like that. It really is a product designed to work with your natural calming efforts in your body. See, people will tell you, what do you do before going to sleep? Well, take a bath or read a book or light a candle or, meditate. All of these types of things, soothing music, these are all things that trigger natural relaxation in the body. This product works along those same lines. So any of those things that work for you will work better with this because they're all working to trigger the same responses: the balancing of stress hormones, the reduction of anxiety and worry, and the ability to calm the muscles and the nerves. Just some of the supplemental facts. We've already talked about those. And here are some core benefits that you can share with people when you're talking to them. Supports relaxed sleep, healthy stress response, muscle relaxation, smoother bowel movements, natural melatonin support, healthy blood pressure support. These are the health claims that are legal to say about the product. So live naturally, relax naturally, live fully, restore your calm sleep and digestion. Because it's not like the people who are struggling with sleep, it's not like they've been struggling their entire lives. They can remember as a kid having no trouble sleeping. But over time, as life has happened, sleep has become more difficult for people, and calming has become more difficult. And so this product is designed to support and promote healthy sleep function. And we're very, very excited for it to come out. So that's the presentation. Do you have any questions or comments or anything I can help with?
I have a question. I think I know the answer, but I think you would know better than me.
Mhm.
I don't really have a problem like going to sleep. If anything, I have a problem staying woke during the day. But would this help a person with sleep apnea?
I'm not sure that this addresses sleep apnea in particular. Sleep apnea is more a breathing type of a
Yeah,
thing.
breathing. Yeah.
Yeah. For sleep apnea, the thing I would recommend is using some of the tea tree oil. And I don't mean to get graphic here, but if you were to take, I'm going to say your little finger and
Yeah.
put some muscadine seed oil on it and rub it around in your nose and on your sinuses, and then put some of the tea tree oil on your finger and rub it around in your nose and on your sinuses. Don't get it in your eyes, but that combination will open up the air channels. And you can even take that tea tree and just put a couple drops down your throat, and that will increase breathing, and it'll open up airways and pathways to where people won't struggle so much with sleep apnea. Now, we're not treating that disease, okay? Treating sleep apnea is a medical condition, and they're going to prescribe a CPAP machine and things like that.
Right.
But as far as helping with the breathing side of sleeping, muscadine seed oil and tea tree oil combined, and thankfully our tea tree is the micellized. Normal tea tree you couldn't do that with. Normal tea
Okay.
tree, you put that in your nose or your mouth or on your sinuses and it's going to burn. But ours is a micellized water soluble tea tree, which allows you to put it directly on the skin, directly into your nose and open areas of your mouth without having it burn or do any harm. It's not as astringent, but you get all the health benefits. So I don't know if that helps, but I wouldn't say that the relax is designed to help with sleep apnea. I think that would be a stretch. Now, I will say that if people are struggling, feeling tired during the day, you mentioned that you don't have trouble sleeping, but you have trouble being staying alert and awake during the day. Well, that could be because you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping as deeply or as soundly. You're not sleeping as restfully. And so you might see benefit by taking this and gaining more healing benefit out of the hours that you sleep to where you're more refreshed during the day. I have had people say that. And I don't have trouble sleeping either. I could sleep at any time of day if I wanted to sleep. But what I noticed with this product is that I don't feel as drowsy during the day. So
Mm.
it's kind of you take it for sleep, but the reason you take it for sleep is so that you don't sleep during the day.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You betcha.
Wow, that's very helpful because I have a watch. Um, I'm sorry, my camera's not on just because of where I'm at.
You're fine.
Um, and I did, the sleep study. It tells you REM, deep, and a majority of the time, and I don't know if this is normal, my deep sleep is 59 minutes, the
Hmm.
very deep sleep. And so I was like, wow. And I realized that I'm high strung and I can go to sleep, but lately I haven't been staying asleep. I don't ever, once in a while, if I go into a deep sleep often and I'm dreaming and seeing visions and I can remember it, most of the time, I'm a very light sleeper most of the time. I'm not talking about when I'm tired, but I'm just talking that quality sleep that you're talking about. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what changes on your watch by
Yeah.
introducing the relax.
Hi, Todd. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Terrence.
So I'm driving. That's why I'm not on camera. And the reason she's not sleeping has nothing to do with me. I'm letting her sleep. I told you that. I'm letting her sleep. Uh, but I have a question regarding magnesium. So, um, about a month ago, I had gone to a chiropractor and I was telling him that I was getting cramps in my legs sometimes. Like I'd wake up and have a cramp, and he recommended magnesium, which has been good. Will this replace me having to take that magnesium?
Well, it definitely is probably a more absorbable form of magnesium, so you might not need as much of the magnesium supplement. But I'm not going to say I don't know this. This has about 125 milligrams of glycinate in 3 capsules, so I don't know how much you're taking. Magnesium is an interesting one. They call it the lullaby mineral, but everybody absorbs it differently. Um, I'm guessing that what you're taking is some sort of a chelate, a citrate, or, there's lots of different forms of magnesium. My problem with magnesium, all I have to do is look at it and I need to run to the toilet. So magnesium really loosens me up, okay? And everybody's on a different scale with regards to how they process magnesium and how it works in their body. It's really interesting. It's not one that you can standardize. So my suggestion is when this comes, maybe just try taking this and see if your cramping still is improved. If it starts to come back, you might need to supplement with additional magnesium.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody. I appreciate the time this morning, and we're very excited for this product. One of the things that will happen first, as long as the manufacturer follows through with what we're asking, is we will have samples of the product first. So we'll have little pouches with some capsules in it, with a little bit of marketing material, a little flyer that we'll start including in all the orders. That'll be so that you can try it, so that you can have others try it, and that will help to spread the word on this product. It is very easy to sample this product because it's just a couple capsules, right? And so it's also a topic that people talk about all the time. And so as you're talking with people and they're tired and they say they didn't sleep well last night, all you have to do is say, well, here, try this. And hopefully this becomes a wonderful way for us to introduce a lot of new people to all of the amazing benefits of Top Shelf Nutra. So with that, thanks everybody. Enjoy your Saturday, and we will be together again soon. Bye for now.
You.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.